Hello, welcome to my channel. This is my Sleeping Giant save with Borussia Mönchengladbach. We're going okay. It's season 5, schedule-wise. So what's happened since you were with us last year? We're here for the Inter game and the Bayern game that we lost. Since then, we're having a good season, even though we're trying our darndest to ruin it. Okay, so we come back from the defeat to Bayern, beating Stuttgart 3-0 all over. I mean, it was never in doubt. I mean, the sending off helped, but we were the better team throughout. Champions League, standard at home. We played very well, scored a goal early on, and then we just wasted chance after chance. And this is the beginning of life becoming difficult, believe it or not. Mainz, we nearly threw this away, 3-0 up, let them get back to 3-2. We didn't take chances, we weren't playing well, but we got back and we won it 4-2. Frankfurt 3-1, played well the entire game. Again, let them back in 2-1, so it was a bit uncomfortable for long lengths of the game, but we won it in the end. Rangers totally dominated the game, played them off the park. We should have been 5-0 up at half time. We had a couple of goals disallowed, but that happens. And we let them equalise. Start the second half, and then we literally held on. Schalke, pretty much the same. Scored early on, laboured, missed loads of chances. They pulled it back in the 79th minute, so we've dropped points in the Bundesliga, which was disappointing. And here's another prime example of us shooting ourselves in the foot. 3-1 up with 90 minutes gone. We let them equalise. Well, 80 minutes gone. We let them get back into the game, and 91st minute they equalised. Penalties, we actually looked like we were going out here. Luckily, we pulled it back at the end, and they missed their last two penalties, and we got through like 6-5 on penalties, 6-4 or 5-4, something like that on penalties, 4-3 even on penalties. But we were going into our last penalty. If we'd missed it, we were out. So absolutely woeful. And then Bayer 04, we've just put in a solid performance. We played them off a part. Should have scored a few more, but you know. Big problem for me at the moment is my main penalty taker has missed his last 3 penalties, including the one in the shootout. So top of the table, 3 points clear of Dortmund, with Bayern chasing up in 3rd place, 4 points adrift. We just need to keep winning. We can afford to lose our next game to Bayern. As long as we win everything else, we're looking good, and we've got nothing too freaky coming up on the horizon for us, so we should be able to get another few games under our belt and hope these teams start dropping. But overall, the league's going well. Champions League, not so. So Champions League at the minute, we're now in a position where when we were beating Rangers, we were up here somewhere, about 6th or 7th place. But as we let them get in the draw, we're struggling down the business end, so we really need to get a result today. And we're playing Man City. We are at home, so we've got home advantage, but it's Man City, so it'll be interesting to see. We're suffering with a few injuries. Players are just coming back. Pavlovic's just gone out injured. He's not even going to be on the bench for today's game. So I've got Frederick in there at the moment, but I'm actually no, Van de Ven isn't fit, so it won't be. It is going to be Frederick. I've already made the change. So this is the team. We've had a little bit of a discussion with Lafont. He wants to play. Don't blame him. Why not? But I'm trying to stick, even though I said I was getting rid of him in the past. I'm trying to get this guy going. He's at 7.14. This guy's at 7.1. I mean, I could rotate it around. I might start chopping and changing a little bit, play a game each, but at the moment for today, Heidel's staying in goal. Back forward at a Posh, Lukiba, Frederick and Nets. This guy worries me a little bit. He's very good or very poor, so we will see today. Midfield trio, that's not my starting ones. Danilo needs to be in there. Sorry guys, I rested him for the cup game and the league game, knowing this game was coming up, so I've rotated a bit. Maybe why we laboured a bit in the cup, but we should still be good enough to win that. So anyway, Danilo, Weigl and Kone central midfield, and I must tell you about this guy, Tommy Doyle. An absolute storming game for us. 4 goals and assists in one game. Absolutely amazing. But he still can't nail down a starting place. He wants to play deep line playmaker, which doesn't really fit in with what I'm playing at the moment. But we will try and accommodate that in the league rather than the European Cup. So Shuttle-up's wide right, back in today after a couple of games out. Bargi, he's a very good player, but he's not always doing it. Diaz is my go-to player at the moment. And Vitor Roth up front. Gluck is the guy that missed all the penalties. He's missed 3 on the trot now, which is a concern, because he should be a 14. He should be knocking in 2 out of 3 penalties, I'd have thought. So anyway, that's the team for today. Yeah, let's see how it goes. It's not going to be easy. I'm not sure even. I don't follow any other team at the minute, so I'm not sure. Looking at the passing, you can see that they've got their full strength team out here. This is going to be a tough ask, and they have rolled over Bayern 4-0, remember, in the first round of games, so we have our work cut out for sure. I'm still looking for a goalkeeper. I know I've got a bit of trouble now with goalkeepers wanting to be playing and me sticking with Heidel. Heidel did come to us as a promising star player. He was very, very good in his first season or two with us. But yeah, it's not been great since. He made a lot of mistakes in the one season when I thought I was going to get the sack because we just couldn't win a game for the entire end of the season. That was our second season here. We were second in the league midway World Cup and winter break, and we didn't win a game afterwards. I don't think really struggled. And I still don't know how I kept my job, and now this is a problem. Haaland's in, and cracking Heidel. He's coming back into form, and this is why I'm picking him. You know, he's just made a cracking save off the best striker in the world, so... But it is a bit of a worry. That's a good heading cleared by Scheidler, but nobody there. I didn't realise I had everybody back on corners. Unless because it was a bit of a umah with the corners that it moved that everybody did come back covering and whatnot. But we really need to get a little bit of the ball here, don't we? We're being shown what we need to achieve to complete the target of this save, and Heidel got a cross. Wow, there and made that look easy. And yeah, we're being played off the park and being made to look very ordinary at the moment, which doesn't bode well for winning this year, does it? And there you go, it's 1-0. Ruben on the back post. It's going to be a fun game, isn't it? So I think we've got to hope that we get through this league part to get to the first round of 16, because they have 2 rounds of 16 now, don't they? And hope somebody else knocks Man City out for us. Somebody that we can beat. This is a worry. We've got to finish the top 24. And 5 points from 4 games doesn't fill me with confidence at the minute. But we do have a very tough draw in this cup this year. So even progressing is going to be an achievement. And there you go. Haaland shows why and what he can do there. And why he's the best player in the world at that position. So, oh dear. I'm at a loss, really. I mean, this is one of those games where we're just going to have to sit back, rest players when we need to, and rotate it around. But there isn't really a great deal we can do other than hope we don't get our butts handed to us on a serving tray here and keep our morale up, because this could totally take our entire season off track. Doesn't help that our main centre half's out injured either. Not that he's going to make a lot of difference on his own against this Man City team. Oh dear. Oh, another good save by the keeper. Oh my merry days. So, we've limped across the line to half-time, and it's 2-0. We haven't had much of the ball, and we haven't had much joy with it when we have had it, so I think we need to actually say that we need to pick this up. I think we're going to need to, and I think we're going to be a bit more positive. I think we're playing balanced, which is probably the right call against Man City, but we can't go out with just a squeak, can we? I'd rather go out with a loud whimper than a quiet squeak, to be honest, so I'll at least put a bit of a fight into this. And we're going to demand more right from the off, because and that's better straight away. Scheidel up. Plays it out for Posh. Can he get this in first time? No, Kone, come on my boy. He can score from here, but he's decided to lay it off to nets into Victor Rowe, and it's cleared. A little bit better. That's the first highlight we've had, I think, where we've actually... Oh, they could have showed us a corner just to give us a little bit of the game, couldn't they? So we're up half an hour in now, sorry, and it's not looking like we're going to get back into this, guys. We are creating a little bit more, and there's another cracking challenge by Vita Roke. Not sure how you say it. I say Roke, but I don't know whether it's Roke or Rook or what it is, but he's in behind and he can score, and the keeper's made a save. An injured goalkeeper's made a save. But we look a little bit more business-like, to be honest, this second half, and keeper's come and cleared that up lovely, hasn't he? So I'm going to rotate this now. I need to keep players fit. We've got another league game and then another Champions League game coming up. So we do need... His morale's on the floor, isn't it? He's not injured, is he? Yes, he is. I thought he was. So we're not going to put him in. We'll put Dest in. Give Chernador a run for Ancone for Doyle. He's got what he wants. Okay, we'll give him a rest. I'm actually going to put Glute there and bring him in for Scheider. Oh, excuse me, so that's the 5 changes. Rotating them around, trying to keep them fit for the league game, and then we do the same in that to try and get a good side out in our next Champions League game. It escapes me who we're playing, to be honest, so we'll have a look afterwards. We're going to play this, then go away and do the league game, and then come back for the next Champions League game. I'm still disappointed, mind it, we drew away at Rangers. We're far, far the better team. Just squandered chance after chance, and that's a giveaway, isn't it? We don't need to make this easy for him. Although I think we have going positive and has made a bit of a difference second half. And it would be nice to get a goal back here. Roon has done well. Plays it back to Dest. That needed to go in first time, didn't it? And instead of that, we've just stood there and give it away. Oh dear, and a cracking tackle in the box, but didn't quite make it. But we know after a tackle it's almost as good as passing a ball to one of their players. And this is a worry. Yeah, I don't know why instead of tackling we don't just pass the ball to the opposition, because every time you win a tackle that's where it goes. Not once, it's very, very rare I've seen us win a tackle and come away with the ball. And here's Rooney now getting out wide, right, left. Come on, play it down the wing. I was going to say that had to go a bit earlier than that, and the door didn't control it very well at all, did he? His first touch just meant he had to stop and turn around, and now we're in trouble with them bellied out wide left and Haaland lurking in the middle unmarked, and we should have been rushing like mad to get goal side of him there, and ball side especially, but no, we're going to tickle this out. 2-0. Not as bad as it could have been, or as bad as it looked like being at the start. It's a bit late to be going off injured now, mate. It should have been a second minute, not the 90th minute, 93rd minute rather. Good player, Bernardo Silva. I think he's quality. So here we go. We're just seeing out the time now. The referee might as well just blow up. And I don't know what he's given us there, a foul throw. It's the first time I've ever seen a foul throw in the game. And that's long to the back post, but Ederson's not no trouble there, has he? And we've lost 2-0 at home to Rangers in the Champions League. No surprises there. We really will need to step up our game going forward now. We're still in 21st place, but a result and we're out. We need to get a bit of breathing space there, but Man City haven't had a great Champions League so far. Bayern beat Lazio 2-1. I know we've got Lazio next. I'm pretty sure it's Lazio. I said I couldn't think who it was. So the next game is Lazio at home. Thick and fast, but that's what the game's about, isn't it? Well, things are heating up since our last 2-0 defeat at Man City. We laboured to a 1-1 draw against Freiburg, relying on Kone to come on as a sub and crack a goal, but Freiburg bottom half of the table and we just didn't look the part. Regensburg 13th in the league. We really laboured over these until we were given a penalty in the 80th minute. We were squandering chance after chance. They were never in the game. It never had any doubt that we were or it didn't feel like we were going to lose. And once we got the penalty, then we went on and scored a couple of good goals to make it a bit more comprehensive than what it actually was. We're back today then for Lazio. I'd say this is already a must-win game in as far as the Champions League goes, because then we've got Valencia away, Hertha Berlin away. That's in the Polka, and then Porto and Madrid. I think we need nine points at least from these remaining 4 games to get through to the next round. As it stands at the minute, we're down here on 5 points. You know, we need to get to 14 points really to be sort of any chance of getting forward from here. I can't believe how we've struggled, especially with Rangers. We threw away points against Rangers, you know, who are down here. So we really do need to step this up, and I think today is a must-win game at home against Lazio. Lafont's now in goal. He's getting his run of games. Then you got Posh, Lakiba, Pavlovic and Nets cross about with Danilo, Kone and Vigil, our normal midfield trio. I do like this setup. They play well together. Scheidel up wide left, Diaz on the right with Vitor Roque up front. Vitor Roque scoring a few goals. He's got 8 now. Remember, he missed 4 games with injury, so it's not a bad return on the dozen or so games he's played. Other than that, we're getting a good few players scoring goals, but nothing on the levels of what Burkhardt was doing for us. So we do need to be looking at that in the second half of the season. Although I do think Roque is going to be, or Roque, whatever his pronunciation is, I think he's going to be a good find for us. So yeah, Lazio at home. Second part of the episode after the Man City defeat. So we need to win. It's going to be a full house. It's going to be rocking. And fingers crossed, result goes our way. But like I said, we haven't been looking impressive. We're not taking our chances. And I've got that set to bar. I've got to change that because I prefer to play positive than balanced. So, and that's a cracking free kick. And we're in with a goal straight away. The centre half followed the ball in quicker than anybody else and put the ball away. That's a nice start. 11 minutes in against Lazio, that's a big goal. So the keeper, I don't know if the keeper managed to push it on the bar, but the centre half with Lineker-like prowess in a 6-yard box responded first to the loose ball. And yeah, it's one of those now. Oh, and here we go. Oh, and that's Lafont makes a save. So our league form is so-so. We still find ourselves top by 3 points from Borussia Dortmund, 5 points from Bayern, who got stuffed 5-1 in one of their games. I can't remember who it was against, but I did have a slight smile to myself, thinking that makes this season a bit easier if that keeps up. So yeah, we're managing to keep 3 points. It's not a lot, and I'm hoping we can build on that. I don't think there's any big teams coming up on the horizon in the Bundesliga. We're already sort of in that niche of 3 or 4 sides that are better than everyone else in the league, so hence our league position. I think we've got to play Dortmund twice yet, Bayern again, and we will be needing to take points off those boys to Danilo long range. What a save. Oh, I thought that was going to rifle into the back of the net there. We've been disappointed. I'm glad I took set pieces out of the board's request, because we've been woeful this season. I can't remember us scoring a corner. Well, we scored from a free kick on the rebound, but I can't remember us scoring off corners. And when you think Frederick was knocking them in for fun last season, and he was Vitor Roque's through, he could finish this. Oh, it got deflected twice. Double deflection, put it wide. But he's going to be quality. It's just getting him to believe it, I think, at the minute, because a lot of his finishing is very lacklustre. It's right to the back post. What was that? And yeah, 35 minutes in, I'd say we're doing okay. I'm going to shut up. We know where that leads to. But I do believe we're playing okay. Playing better than we have in a lot of the recent games anyway. And that should have gone already, Bram. That should have gone in. And that's a tame finish. A tame attempt at a goal there from Vitor Roque. But it looks like we're going to stumble across the line at half time with a 1-0 lead. I think it's deserved. We just need to build on that now, second half. We really do. I mean, I'm a bit worried it's shoulder up. He's one of our main players, but I know one ball in a box, and that's a 7.2, so we stick with him for now. because he has got that ability, as you've all witnessed in previous episodes. He's losing a bit of fitness, so we get to 70 and make a few changes, I think. I'll show it up. I'm going to bring BMG on for that. I think as well Danilo's struggling, isn't he? So I bring Doyle on there and swap him for Vigo. He should go, no, he should have gone. So that's what we want. Nets is struggling to get Dest on now. If Dest does what he can do, in fact, I'm going to make a double change in the back. We'll put Dest there and bring Van der Ven on there. Van der Ven is now forgiven me for all of our discrepancies against each other. And I'm going to replace Vita Roth with Oscar Gluck, because Gluck pops up with some important goals, and if we can get a second, we could do okay. I'm not going to demand more, because we're winning 1-0, and it's one. Oh, cracking tackle from You're having a Gerard? No way. Oh, he's given the penalty. I thought we got away with that when there was no... Oh, this is just so unfair. So, we're now 1-0. We're going to demand more. Sorry guys, I just find it quite difficult to stomach some of these. Yeah, the way the game acts at times, I find it very difficult to stomach. I really do. It almost makes me think, what's the point? Because that was a cracking tackle. The player didn't even go down. In the real world, if that had been a penalty, that player would have gone flying on the floor, and he didn't, because Dest won the ball, and then he just stumbled, and the ref gives a penalty. P-poor, I'm afraid. P-poor. And Coney gets in while they're out to Rooney. Rooney drives it into the box for Oscar, and he's got the goal, and now you give that offside. I should start playing Pokemon or something, I think. Thank you. At last a decision. That balances out the penalty that wasn't. And that's a cracking finish, and that's why I brought him on, because he gets in a box lovely towards the end of a game. Bring him on for 90 minutes, he does very little. But bring him on with 10-15 minutes to go, and he very often pops up with an important goal, and that is a really important goal. So we've won the game that we needed to win, even though the officials were trying to prevent us from getting the points. And yeah, we've moved up to 17th. Little bit better, I guess. 4 possible game and 2 games out of the drop. We need another win really to get safe, I think. Maybe 2 will do it, so 1 more will do it. And yeah, 2.41 million, always a bonus, because we're building our finances up nicely. We've got a cracking transfer budget, which I am going to use in the January transfer window. I'm looking for another goalkeeper, another defender, maybe another striker as well. So it's looking good, gents. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I absolutely love making these videos. I know I get a little bit blur when we're losing and things ain't going right, but I absolutely love it. Love the game. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave us a like and a subscription if you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for some more of the same. Thank you very much.